What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Travis Miller. I'm from Mayfield, Kentucky.
Where the hell is that?
That's about south of here, 2.5 hours out.
Okay, cool. And you go to school right here?
I go to Western Kentucky University, yes.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 18. I'm just a freshman. I just applied from here. Just started about 2 weeks ago.
What are you studying?
I study major in psychology right now, like developmental psychology. I study how the brain functions from teen to adult years.
What do you hope to do from teen to early adult years?
From teen to
You don't want to deal with older people because they're just boring.
No,
they're already set in their ways.
Yeah.
They're not changing. Yeah,
Right.
Once you're about 35, even when they say 25, but when you're 35, you're set. You're not.
That's about where the brain starts to, it's not it doesn't develop that much after about 30.
Right.
But I study like kids to maybe 20s, early 20s.
Okay. So how many years of school do you have here?
I want to go for my master's, and I did some dual credit in high school, so I'll probably be here for about 5 years.
Okay, by that time you'll be 23.
Yeah.
Hopefully no kids.
No, I don't plan on it, but
things happen.
Yeah.
Okay, do you got a girlfriend right now?
No, not right now.
You got a boyfriend?
No, I'm not. I don't speak that way.
Hey, but this is 2022.
Yeah.
Everybody
Don't want to
did.
objectify. Yes.
What's your favorite part about school?
I really like the people here. I made a lot of good friends. I've only been here for a few weeks. I met a lot of good people. The campus is really nice too, especially if you've been to the DSU. The DSU has this big cafeteria, and there's a commons place with a library, study place. There's a lot of cool places on campus, and people are nice. So.
Are your parents paying for this, or are you?
I'm paying for tuition, and then they're paying for like my meal plan, my housing, and that's about it.
Okay, so
I'm paying about $6,000 out of pocket.
Did you get a bunch of grants or?
I got a good bit of scholarships. Yeah.
Oh, lucky you! Yeah,
Yes.
You did it the smart way because
Yeah.
you got a lot of these. What do you think about a lot of these kids going to school for like ridiculous degrees?
I mean, if they deserve it. I mean, it's usually about your intelligence and your GPA and how well you performed through high school, and if you did that well and you worked that hard through high school and you were able to get all these good scholarships and grants, and then you deserve it. And of course, there's obviously people in welfare like get Pell Grants and stuff from FAFSA from the government.
What's the most ridiculous degree that you know of that you can get from here?
So there's a Cherry Hall, there's a Cherry Hall Honors College scholarship that you can get from getting a perfect 4.0, like a 28 or above on the ACT, and you can get, I think, about $8,000 from it.
No, but what I mean, like the degree itself, like what's a ridiculous degree in your opinion that people go to school for that you think is ridiculous?
I thought you were talking about scholarships. Okay, so. I mean,
like, what's a degree that you're like, why in God's name do people go to school for that?
Gender studies.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gender studies.
It's because I mean, if you just look at the facts, there's really no careers in that besides maybe
teaching gender studies.
Being a professor at a college, I guess. If you want to do that for 12 years and get all that stuff. That's, in my opinion, there's some ridiculous degrees that people go for. Psychology can be considered one of them if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, but in psychology, that is a good degree because there's many things that you could do with it, and psychologists are definitely needed. Since you are a student with psychology, what is your opinion about this people that are transgender? You call it. I'm 43, so I'm quite a bit older. I come from a way different generation. But since you're, young, people want to hear from you. Like, what's your personally opinion about maybe the mental state of these people, or just in general?
I mean, I don't really have I'm a bit of a fence rider. I think it's okay if you feel like if your brain thinks, because biologically you cannot be born a female in a man's body or vice versa. But sometimes the brain can develop to whatever kind of society or atmosphere you grew up in. For example, if you were an orphan, you were a boy, and like you were surrounded by nuns and all these all these mother parental figures, and you didn't have any father figures or anything, then you may have felt like you grew up in such as a woman would be, and you would want to continue living your life as a woman because you don't feel comfortable as a man. That's understandable. Sometimes, I mean, very, very rarely, it can be like a mental stability issues. It's almost never like that, though.
So, in your opinion, do these people, for instance, let's say there's a man and he's transgender woman, what they call it, do you oftentimes feel that, and I don't want to try to give leading questions, but
No,
like, do you think that they're mentally ill, or you think that something happened traumatic in their life?
Not necessarily. It can be traumatic experiences from the opposite sex of parental figure that they could have, like if you were a man and your father could have been abusive, or you could have lived in an abusive household, then and he made you feel uncomfortable, and you're like, I don't want to be a man because I don't want to grow up like my father, because it's very possible, genetics and all that. Like I'm very similar to my father. Of course, it can't always be like that. It doesn't always derive from actual mental illness, though. It's usually just traumatic experiences. It's not like depression. It can be from depression, but it's not like autism or anything sourced from that actual stuff that hurts your brain. It's usually just experiences that you grew up with, and your brain just adapted to
your environment.
Just like that, yes, the environment.
Do you think there is such a thing as being born gay? Like literally, you're out of the womb, and this little baby is gay, 6-month-old baby gay.
No, it's impossible to be, in my opinion, to be born.
Oh, don't say that too loudly now. We don't want to offend anybody
well,
here. Yeah.
If you're offended, I mean, I can't really do nothing, because no matter where you go, people will always have something to disagree with what you say.
On the climate of social issues and politics on this campus, would you say that this campus is open in terms of dialogue and debate and different thoughts, or is this one of these campuses that everyone's like, no, you're racist?
No. So they have different social activities you can go to. There's activities definitely for LGBTQIA plus members, that if you're having thoughts of that you're homosexual or that you're transgender, they have specific counselors here that you can talk to.
Do you think that if a guy is born gay, or not born gay, but let's just say he's gay, he's like let's say he's like 20, he's like, yeah, I'm gay. Do you believe that there's any way, if this guy did not want to be gay, that he can change his brain to be straight, or do you think it is what it is?
You can't shift. I mean, there's straight camps and stuff, but that's almost always
a straight camp. What is that? Oh, where they teach you how to be straight.
It's like if you're super Christian, it's very radical, and almost nobody ever goes to these things. But it's almost very abusive, always abusive. So if you grow up in the church to the point where you think you're attracted to the same sex, I mean, that's what you are, and you can always shift it. You can always change your opinions. You can always be bisexual if you want to. You're attracted to both, but if you're gay, you're gay. I mean,
last question.
That's what you want to be.
Last question. Who do you think right now is the hottest chick that's famous that people would have heard of?
Margot Robbie.
I never heard of her. Who's this?
She's, you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't get out very much.
Yeah, well, if you look it up, she's this Australian actress. She played Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
I know that.
Yes, her. That's her.
Okay. Well, listen, good luck with school, and thank you for your time. This wasn't too bad, right?
Yeah.
The questions were a little bit controversial, but people want to hear from young adults, because you're going to be leading this world. Hopefully you guys don't destroy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
All right. Peace out.